after a divorce, and after the passing, untimely passing of my father. So that's how I became a writer. And here I am.
From dating to relationships, from sex to love, from Christianity to politics, from darkness to light, you have now entered into the real zone. Welcome to Conversations with Trent, where no topic of conversation is safe from discussion. Now, here he is, Mr. Epic himself, Trent Williams.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode podcast with Conversation with Trent and the lovely Shann. We're talking about unequally vaccinated tonight. Unequally vaxed. Let's bring Shannon in real quick.
Hey, look at this.
What's going on?
Yeah, fix my hair. Nothing. I'm having a bad hair Sunday or something. I don't know. Oh my God, it's like it's getting worse. Okay, I don't know. There we go. Okay.
Still looking lovely. Okay.
I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, it's so backwards with these cameras and stuff. So anyway, hello. Happy Sunday.
What's going on with you?
Oh, trying to stay dry and warm. Let's see. I need to stop. Okay. Anyway, trying to stay dry and warm. We've got some tornado warnings going on here, so it's not been a real pretty day. We had really heavy rain pour down earlier. Well, maybe about an hour or so ago.
Gotcha. Yeah, actually, we're running a little late.
Well, like Dorothy and Toto. Where's my little poor precious Yorkie? It's going to be like Dorothy and Toto over here. Hopefully, don't get blown away.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. We're running a little bit behind. Actually, you guys would have caught me with the mask on. Brandy came and delivered my ginger juice and some papers for her.
There's a little something. There's a little something in that ginger juice. So what she put in it?
Ginger and lemon. What are you talking about?
I think there's something else in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just to let everybody know how serious I am about this whole craziness that's going on. Even my sister, she gets a mask on me, paper, whatever it is.
Look at this. I can't do this.
What you doing? Blowing your hair out or something?
No, I don't know what's going on. Like I hate. Like what is? Ugh.
So unequally vaccinated.
Yes, unequally yoked. Oh, Keisa will be here in just a minute. She's having some issues over there with this. So she should be logging in any moment.
Cool. So the question is, would you demand your partner get vaccinated? Take the shot, the booster, get stuck, all the other stuff and all that crazy stuff.
Why is it crazy though?
I mean, because it's the target.
Does it matter to you?
Does it matter?
Sorry, this is driving me nuts. But does it matter to you?
Not really.
Not really?
No.
So if you had a partner who was, because I understand you're kind of secluded and isolated, so you're not really going to many places. Right. So if you had a partner who was out and about, worked out of the house, was around other people, all that other stuff, it wouldn't matter to you whether or not they were vaccinated or not?
Honestly, I would actually offer to take the precautions that I take. I know she wouldn't be able to do like I do because I'm actually living pretty much in a bubble. But I would talk about serious precautions and what have you. And if that's what she wanted to do, that's fine. I don't care. But I mean, it's not a deal breaker.
What if this person lives with you? What if it's a spouse? And you guys?
That's a good question. That's what we are. this is where we are. That's a very good question. I don't have an answer for that one. But I'm totally. I'm not gonna say that I'm happy about the vaccinations, the shots, and all this other stuff. I mean, with my condition, and I know several people who had some issues with that shot.
What kind of issues?
One particular friend, one particular person, very close.
Mm-hmm.
She took the shot, and she then became paralyzed. She had to be rehabilitated and everything over.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
it affects everybody differently, just like COVID
exactly
affects everybody differently. So I mean, I get that. I mean, but we take a chance with any type of medicine we take and what type of reaction we could have to it. Like, I'm sure
totally understand.
Do you have a routine medication that you take right now?
Yeah.
So you take it with no hesitancy. And right now you're basically your doctor, based on whatever your medical condition and your vitals, all that stuff, they prescribe what they think will work for you. They can't guarantee that there won't be any side effects from it, but you still take it.
Well, I know that this works.
But no, you know it works now because you took it. You didn't know it was going to work when you first started. Everything
I'm talking about the medication that I deal with has been around.
You're talking about medication, period. A vaccine is still a form of medication, and all medication is.
I totally get that, but
hold on. All is not all medication experimental for every individual. It's right. We don't know how everybody's going to react to it.
Let's just say this. Let's say this.
I'm just trying to make a point that we deal with everything.
I get your point, but let's say this: virus pops up out of nowhere. 3 months, they say they got a vaccine. Yeah, let me see what's gonna happen with it first.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what's gonna happen with it. I'm not gonna take your word for that. Let me see what's gonna happen with it. So it happens. Boom, virus. 3 months, you got it, and you're supplying the entire world. Okay. I'll wait and see what happens with you guys.
Well, it's been almost a year. I've done the full gamut with all three, with the booster shot and everything. So,
have you had COVID? Did you catch COVID?
No, I didn't catch COVID. I've not been positive for COVID since it started. So, no, I've never.
I haven't been positive or anything.
But you're in a bubble. You're in a bubble. So stop doing that. You were in a bubble. You're not around people. The rest of us go out. I was working in COVID.
I go out. I've gone to dinner.
I was working. Hold on. I was working at an international airport. I was working COVID relief flights with people who had tested positive and were being brought back in. So I was very much around all of it and out there when everything first started, risking my life, being an essential worker, so to speak. So yes. Hey, girl.
What up, Keis? What up?
Hello.
Hey, Mark. Mark said, "Grand Rising, melanated peoples. Greetings, Charlie and Mr. Epic." He said, "I hope a Georgia girl has a late pass. If not, she may be disciplined Catholic school style."
Ooh, okay.
I'm getting ready for the national championship tomorrow. That's all. No, I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
Oh man!
But really, it's not in a good way. It's Mark's fault that I'm a wee bit late.
Oh, really?
Is that right?
Yeah.
I want to hear this one.
Remember we were talking about Megan Good and the whole divorce, and he was talking about her show. And so I watched the series on Amazon Prime.
Wait, it's out already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We can talk
10 episodes. And so I got caught up in watching the last 2 episodes. And then when I got to much, I was like, oh, it is 8 o'clock.
See that, Mark?
That's some honesty for you. That's some honesty. That's
yes, good. It is.
So here I am. But it was a great show.
I had to stop and get a Starbucks. That's why I'm late. Wait a
minute. Wait.
Ain't no need for me to be there and be grumpy and be half asleep. Might as well get the coffee.
I'm thinking that you got something very pertinent going on. You tell me, it'll be 5 minutes.
Who, me?
For the Green Cup?
You talk about me? No, I'm just saying as a story. You talk about honesty. I'm like,
I thought you would.
no, I've got my own cup. I've got some hot cocoa tonight with a little something, something. But I guess a hot cocoa.
Hilarious. Well, what's going on, melanated people?
I know. We're talking about unequally vaxxed.
Yes.
And so Trent was saying that he's not vaccinated.
Not at all.
He wouldn't care if the person he was with, whether he's living with them or not. Was that your answer? Or was vaccinated?
That's what I said.
Well, I mean, what were you saying? What was your answer to that?
My answer to that was, it's not a deal breaker for me.
Whether or not they're vaccinated?
No, it's not. As long as you're careful and you're taking care of yourself and you're taking all the precautions, you're masking up, I'll be fine. I'm fine with that.
Well, let me ask you this though. What about the people who fall into the category of not vaccinated, but they don't care to wear a mask? Like they think it's restricted.
I take issue with that, and I'll tell you why. I was actually headed to the gym last week, and there's this gentleman in front of me, right? And I'm into medical fitness, so it's not like the regular gym. It's medical fitness and pretty extensive workouts. So this old guy, he's a thumper, if you know what I mean. You can just tell by his whole mannerisms. So he's arguing with the lady at the front desk, and this old lady, this old lady was not giving in on. I was very proud of her. So he's cursing her out because he wanted to enter the building without a mask. And she says, you can't enter a building. She says, I'll tell you what, if you continue to do this and you refuse to go and get your mask, and I have to supply all the masks, even if you come there without a mask, they'll give you one. So, she did a whole thing, whole spiel. And she said, you know what, sir? I'm going to call the police and have you removed.
Ooh.
She said, well, either you go get the badge or you don't make entry. She said, that's selfish. You did not even want to wear a mask. He refused to wear a mask.
Wow.
He refused to wear a mask. So he left.
And I think my struggle right now is that, much like my uterus, and that's a conversation for a different day, right? People are going to do what they want to do, right?
Pretty much.
And I think that my challenge with it is that, okay, so that's your belief. I'm not going to impose what I feel on you, but at a minimum, like respect people's wishes. If they don't want you to be near them or whatnot, like move out the way. Exactly. And I think that's the trouble is that people are like, you don't tell me what to do. And, I'm just like.
And like I said, I respect anyone who's taking the shots and the booster shots. I respect all that. I do. I respect it, but respect my mind as well. I'll stay in this bubble. And I still get things done. And I know that everyone can't live like I live, and that's fine. That's fine. But respect my mind. Mm-hmm. Respect my mind. Because, I still have a condition here. And that's still not, it's proven that these things get blood clots and everything, man. I can't afford to do that.
Wait a minute now. Hold on. COVID does too.
Okay.
COVID has been known to cause PEs, pulmonary embolisms. So it's a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword. And for me personally, my life is better in my hands.
What is your doctor recommended?
He recommended a shot, but okay. He's been recommending that shot. I've been in this condition for 2 years. COVID-free, not even a cold, not even a sneeze or a cough.
You were in a bubble.
I am, and I will stay in this bubble.
Hello. You're in a bubble. That's why.
And I will stay in this bubble.
Hopefully it's something that gets delivered to, hopefully you wipe everything down that comes to your door and all that stuff at some point, because all of that stuff, for the most part, you're in a bubble.
I'm fine with that.
So here's the thing. In the 70s, when you didn't have a choice, what was on the recommended list at that time was diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, polio, measles, mumps, and rubella. And you were inoculated more than likely against all of those.
Right.
So they were recommended, and someone just did it for you to go to school because that's what school board required, right?
That's cool. I mean, I get it.
So I mean, no, I'm just trying to kind of like because here's the thing. So there was a pulse survey done, surveyed 1 million people, 1,044,000 people, and interestingly enough, though, 75% of the unvaccinated of that group were under 50. And then less than half of that were at age 50. Not as much education. And the interesting thing was that 46% of them were married.
Okay.
So which is interesting. And I mean, and I just asked because I have some relatives where the one spouse is vaccinated and the other one is not. And the other one has no intentions, but is very adamant about stay away, don't come near, I don't want to deal with it.
So is there like no nookie?
I didn't even bother to ask because right, I would be like going, back up.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that I would. Yeah, I think when you get to that point, you're going to be living with someone or get married. That person has to be vaccinated for me. Yeah. To me, we have to be on the same accord, just like we be on the same accord with, kids and discipline and finances and spirituality, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So to you bring up a great point. Then what do you teach your kids when you can't agree on that front? Like, what does that look like for them growing up? What standards are you setting?
You talking to me or you talking to Shannon?
I'm just asking in general.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
I'm just asking in general. Like, I mean,
my kids have already all been vaccinated and boosted.
I can imagine, right, that introduces some level of complexity, right? Like
it would, absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, I have a cousin who just before the holidays, she got engaged. And so we were talking today about, when they think the wedding will be. And so she's like, oh, probably in December. So December of this year. And I was like, okay. She said some people are probably not going to be there, but that's okay. And I was like, yeah. She said, yeah, because we have a vaccine mandate. You got to be vaccinated. And you have to test 24 hours before the wedding. She said, granted, I don't know what this is going to look like in 11 months from now, but that's the protocol we're going with.
I'm a strong believer in respecting the person's mind and, all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. Just like I respect you guys' mind. You have to respect people and their stand on things.
Yeah.
You have to, and I'm just talking to the viewers and everybody. You have to respect the person's stand.
I feel like I respect the person's stand, but I don't have to be with that person
at all. That's fine.
Right. So I mean, that's complete. That's a choice, but it doesn't mean that I don't respect them. There's plenty of folks out there who are vaccinated.
I'm sure there's a whole dating pool full of those folks.
There probably is.
What were you laughing about? Vaccinatedmingle.com.
That's hilarious.
So Mark said the show started out as Conspiracy Theory Sunday. Now, black man 700 miles away is getting blamed for one's use of time. In the words of Kevin Samuels, what in the French toast? So
wait a minute. I gave you kudos. That's not fair. I gave you kudos because I thought it was actually. Now I see where your comment, where it was derived from. I totally get like, y'all getting a divorce. I mean, not to get off track, but I was like, I get it now. But I just wanted to say there was a good show and there was a great recommendation from you. Like, ease up, slow down.
Wait, so what was his comment though that made you watch?
Because we were talking about the Megan and Devon getting a divorce, and so Mark he alluded to some comment about, well, like, have you seen that show? Like, yeah, I agree. I'm like, I don't know if I was Devon that I could like stay around.
Ooh, I need to watch the show.
Yeah, it's pretty good though.
What's the name of it?
Harlem.
And it's Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what did he say?
He said, "Is tonight's show about the inaccuracies of whether or not the parties in a relationship are or aren't vaccinated? Has it pivoted to COVID-19 20 and 21, ever moving goalpost of rules and regulations?" I think it's all the same. We were
Yeah, I
just
think it's all the same, right? Because one of the questions is what if you were like my cousin that just got engaged? Like, what if her fiance was unvaccinated? Would she have said yes? And what if one person? What if you're married and one spouse is adamant saying you better get it, you better get it, you better get it?
right.
Like my relatives that where the one spouse is vaccinated and the other is not. So so she said, well, my insurance policy is up to date. So,
That's funny. That's
well,
funny.
that settles that.
That's funny.
So it's like, the point was I'm not going to argue about it anymore. Like, that's the way you feel.
Exactly. I
It's
mean,
not
if
for
you,
you, I'm covered.
my whole point is, if whatever stance you take the shot, take the shot. If you don't take it, you stand your ground. Period.
Do you think it could be deal breaking for some people?
If it is, arriva dirty.
I mean, I just, I guess I'm trying to really kind of think of how that plays out in relationships and like, what does the other person say? Like, oh, you're not getting the vaccine? You've been served. Here are your papers.
Oh God.
I don't know, because my girlfriend hasn't mentioned it yet. She's fully vaccinated with a booster, so
Wow.
I still see her.
Wow. You're well, hey. Tick, 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 tick. It's like the 60 minutes clock. Tick, 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 tick.
Arrivederci.
Yeah, you better get it together though. You need to think about it. We'll talk about that later, but you should think about it.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah, but it's like someone sent me a meme of this guy was like at a top golf type place, and he's on the green, and all these balls are coming at him, and he's like dodging them all, and it's like, this is the guy that still doesn't have COVID yet.
It's been 2 years, and I'm doing very well.
It's not fun.
Again, you are in.
When I say I'm talking about health wise, everything.
So
again, you are in a bubble.
Shannon, have you had COVID?
No.
Have you had a cold, Shannon?
Have I had a cold?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I had COVID.
Almost flu, right? Almost the flu, right?
I had COVID.
I don't live in a bubble. I have to go out and do.
I go out too, though, Shannon.
Where do you go? Where do you really go? Let's talk about where you really go. And you are very limited. And what are you spraying and wiping stuff down?
You go to PT and they clean that place down.
You ride in what did you tell me? Your transport, you're the only person in the vehicle, which you require that you are the only person in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Right?
That's correct.
So where do you really go that you're always exposing yourself to people?
Sometimes I get over to Trader Joe's by myself.
Are you out of the club, Trent? Tell it. Just go ahead.
Hell no. You a mess. No, I don't do the club thing. But no, I'm not knocking nobody who's shooting up. That's cool.
I'll say it again. I really want to go in the grocery store and get the bag. It's the ring. Who's at the door? I really want to, like, I was not feeling well last week. First of all, I had COVID. I call it the OG COVID. I had COVID.
Before Delta?
Yeah, no, before Delta. I had COVID in July of 2020.
Okay.
And miserable. I there were some very scary moments. I got to the point where I decided I got to go to the ER. Like, I can't take it. I can't breathe. And then they gave me high rounds of antibiotics, an inhaler, sent me back home. Still pretty frightening. So, I was so exhausted because I was afraid to go to sleep.
So you're vaccinated?
I am vaccinated.
And you got after you had the vaccine.
No, remember this is July 2020, so this is before a vaccine had even come out. Okay. But and at first when they were talking about it before I got COVID, and I was like, because I don't get the flu vaccine and I'm not getting it, and I was just kind of like, I ain't getting that vaccine, no thanks. But then after I had COVID, it changed my life, because there were a couple phone calls that I had with folks telling them, if I should die, I just want you to know I love you.
Dang.
So very paranoid. Coming out of it after the whole hospital thing, I think what became very interesting for me was it was almost like a little PTSD. I was very paranoid about being in crowded places, too many people. I would turn around and just walk out. So I was very happy for when businesses started curbside service, like put it in my trunk, see you later. I'm still hopeful that will continue. I like it, works for me. But and then after I got over the hospital piece, let me add this. The whole quarantine thing that's like buzzing now, from 14 days to 10 days now to 5 days. I was positive for 36 days.
Wow.
It took me on the 4th test is when I determined I was negative.
Wow.
So it was exhausting. And so because of that experience, I was like, yeah, I'm getting vaccinated. So when I was sick last week, I was like in complete, like going crazy, because I was like, what is it? These doctors don't really know how to treat whatever it is. Instead of going back to the basics, you treat the symptoms. My doctor, now we were playing games all week long. She's like sending me notes about, well, monitor your blood pressure. And I'm going, I wrote her back. I said, did you respond to the right person? Like, what are we talking about here? Right. I'm telling you that I'm severely congested. I'm absolutely miserable. I've got a low-grade fever. I've taken 2 tests. They're negative. So she responds back to me, and I send her a screenshot of the test results. She says to me, sounds like Omicron. I said, you know what? Forget it. Wow. And it dawned upon me, and I've been with this doctor for over 10 years, and it dawned upon me that this is the same experience that I had with her when I was trying to connect with her. Like, can you just give me a virtual visit? I'm not trying to come in, tell me something. She would not even take a virtual visit from me. And I think these, you got to remember, doctors are practicing medicine. Mm-hmm. They don't know medicine, they are practicing. And that's why they have to continually to, educate themselves and get their, credits.
I don't think a lot of people know that though. I never even think about that they are practicing medicine. Yeah. I don't think a lot of people know that. So it's just like anything. I mean, a lot of folks don't know that. So they're just practicing. That's it.
So, Mark, what the heck is this for the panel? Are you following the CDC sex guidelines? What the hell is that?
Oh yeah, you got to wear a mask
during sex.
That came out in 2020.
Is that right?
Yes. I did not know that.
Neither.
Yes. Gotta wear a mask.
They want you to wear a mask. There are certain things you can't wear a mask for, though.
Well, that's it.
Well, guess what, Shannon? You can take the mask off while you're eating or drinking, and then you put the mask back on.
So wait, not this. This is very interesting. This. How do you? I mean, how do one, get the full pleasure and the full
Maybe
throttle?
That should be a product thing. You come out with a mask with like a little hole or something.
Those are already out there.
Are they really? Oh my God.
What?
Because when that whole CDC thing came out, somebody made a joke about it, and then
what's out there, Keisa? What's out there?
There's a mask with a slit in it.
Oh my God! I missed this whole thing. I never knew that there was.
What was this? What was it? I missed it too.
Y'all were listening to the media, freaked out. I was researching.
Wow.
I was too busy wiping everything down, taking my clothes off in the garage, taking my shoes off. Like, I felt like I was at, what was that movie with what is his name? You remember Kramer versus Dustin Hoffman and Cuba Gooding Jr. and Morgan Freeman, where the monkey was infected and all? Well, I can't remember, but that's what I felt like I was.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I needed to be sprayed down with Lysol before I could walk in the house.
Wow.
So Mark said, he said, I watched Love and Goop, aka Gwen's V-Cent and Touchy Feely show that may or not have been racist. I sat through that Netflix cheese while all parties of the conversation may not have finished.
Right.
Whatever. What's your point, Mark? What's your point with all of that? I like how he says how it may or may not have been racist, the show.
That means it probably was racist.
I really did not know there was the CDC put out sex guidelines.
Yes, absolutely. And then
I guess when you have professional workers, maybe you just need, I don't know.
And so they even did like an infographic on it. And they were like, if you choose to engage in an in-person sexual encounter with someone outside of your household or close contacts bubble, skip the kissing and face-to-face contact and consider wearing a mask that covers the nose and the mouth.
Oh my God.
That's interesting. That's
I never knew such a thing.
That's crazy.
But I'm like, if you use one of those little thin masks, it doesn't say you need an N95, but if you don't want to transmit it, you probably should. But are you even well enough? Can you even breathe to engage like that? What? I mean, the visual image is just going all the way to the left for me.
Let's take a quick break. It's about 38 after the hour.
All right, let's do it.
Right back with this Unequally Vaccinated.
Oh my God.
And look like you sneezing, so I'm gonna need you to spray that stuff over there.
I'm not sneezing.
Look like you're about to do something.
Well, I'm not.
We'll be back, folks.
Thanks for tuning in to Conversations with Trent. We will be right back with more conversation after these commercial breaks.
Check out the creative work of the author Trent Williams of www.taylorkennedymedia.com. Chapter of the Delta gives us a peek at his life-changing events. And if that's not enough, Trent tells you more about his brothers and his life through memoirs in his book, The Four Horsemen. His blogs and daily stimulating quotes are published in his book, Life's Little Addiction. And when you have a need of some human coaching of life and relationships, take a look at Conversations with Trent, Volume 1 and 2, and Conversations with Trent, Limited Edition. You will find his works available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and all online book retailers.
Welcome back to Conversations with Trent. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're online and want to be a part of tonight's topic, you can do that by dialing 347-324-5327. Press the number 1 to get into the queue so that your voice can be added to tonight's conversation. Now, let's get back to the show.
All right, folks, we're back. Okay. Whew. Go ahead.
What was the woo for?
Y'all don't want to know.
I'm afraid. Was it you going through the Dwayne Reed, Walgreens, whatever website to sign up for your vaccine? I know. Oh, your ginger juice?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. So you said.
Oh, I've been muted. I'm up here. I was muted that whole time.
What were you saying?
I was reading Mark's comment. I'm like, why he always picking on me talking about when we're talking about the CDC's guidelines, sex guidelines? He's like, so I guess that's a no on the guidelines, huh, Charlie? FYI, just because I didn't know about it, whatever. He's like, my doctor's no longer on my plan, so I'm now looking for the doctor in Marvin's sexual healing video. I'm up on the topics on the shows, whatever. So you try to say we're not on the topic. He says, which means I not only, he throwing shade on us. He says it means I not only research for the show, but I also watch the game film. Whatever. Yeah, I was there. I don't have to do all that.
Oh my gosh.
We got somebody need to be blocked on now.
Oh gosh. Go away.
Is that the Mad Russian?
Probably
so.
So what were you going to say, Mr. Epic?
About what?
You were getting ready to say something when we came back on.
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay.
You said woo. I mean, we're just looking for you to finish that up.
Nah,
I'm sitting here just a talking.
Let's just say that was behind the scenes action situation, all that good stuff going on.
Hilarious.
Okay. It was good, real good. So unequally vaccinated. So that would be a deal breaker for you, Keisa?
I don't know if it's a complete deal breaker, but I think it would be a huge source of contention.
Okay.
There you go, Shannon. You're gonna kill me. Yeah, it would be a huge source of contention. Because just like I'm gingerly, casually saying things to you about it, but like, you're like deuces on the vax.
Right.
So, but I would be like my relative. I got my insurance policy.
Right.
Oh my God! Sorry. Back to the show.
Yeah, I'm lost. I'm lost.
Nothing. I agree. It would be a huge source of contention.
Yeah.
So that eventually could lead to other things. Yeah.
I mean, and I think one of do you think? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's very impactful to the relationship, right? Like, and especially if you already have some other little problems, like anything that was small, I think is going to be amplified because right now this is like a central issue in the relationship.
Right.
You said something at the top of the show about what did you say? Repeat what you said about people's opinions and their decision to get the vaccine.
It's their decision to get it or not get it.
And respecting their opinion,
opinions on it, and
so I just wanted you to repeat that again. because I'm going to go back and I'm going to view this. So when we talk on other topics, I want you to remember we're going to respect people's opinions.
I always do. But
you're like, no.
You know what? I was talking to Shannon earlier, and she made a comment, and it was to the fact that it's how I say things. Mind you, I know it comes across as a little hard sometimes, but I mean well. But I'm not being judgmental when I say things, but I guess they perceive it that way. But I'm not a judgmental person. I don't judge people. I just speak my mind and speak my truth and speak my opinion. That's it.
Well, and I only say that because, like, right, sometimes, we're talking about, when men don't, darn, what was the word you use? Something to the effect of, they're not being, no, it wasn't that they're not being true to themselves. I'll have to go back and get the words, but it's like, it's kind of the same thing. I just want you to be cognizant of that is their opinion. And
yeah, I mean, but I truly feel like that all the time. I voice what I voice, and if I feel someone's trying to push something onto me, it's not going to work well for them because I'm not easy to be pushed.
Okay, that's fair. You shouldn't be. We probably wouldn't talk to you if you were a pushover.
Exactly.
That's so you know that.
So I mean, that's just me. Some people may take my delivery wrong. I'm not going to say they take it wrong. I mean, I can be a little harsh at times.
So what did Mark say over there? What's the next comment? The world done flipped all the way up prior to COVID-19, 20 and 21. The saying was no glove, no love. It should be said no mask, no ass.
No mask, no ass.
Exactly.
The game done changed. Hey, Gentle Giant. Welcome, Gentle Giant. Glad you could tune in.
Good evening, sir.
What up, pal?
No mask, no ass. Oh, somebody should put that on a t-shirt. The game done
I know.
You should make a meme for that, Mark, and post it on the page, on the conversation page. And hashtag it.
I like that.
The game done changed. Hashtag the game done changed. I like it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's very interesting though that this data though talked a lot about people being uneducated,
right.
And so I don't know. I mean, I can't say that everyone is. I think I give some of that to a choice, but there is a small percentage of folks that are caught up on conspiracy theories
right.
when they don't understand the science. And so that piece, I think I worry about disinformation, misinformation around people saying things that are just not true. Like, I got a relative who says that she won't even get tested because she says there's something on the cotton swab. They're putting it in you. I was like,
what?
My stance on it is totally nowhere near talking about what's going on. It's evident that these people are dying. People are dying, period.
Yep.
My thing is about my condition, the condition I'm in now, to take that shot of what happened, what would happen. Side effects could be detrimental to me, bad, real bad. So that's my caution. So I can't. I mean, it's evident people are dying from this.
Yeah,
it's evident that people are dying. This is why I'm in the bubble, and I will continue to be in the bubble until I come to terms with this thing, with this vax thing.
What would it take for you to even get it or to consider getting vaccinated?
Say again now?
What would it take for you to consider getting vaccinated, or is there anything that would make you change your mind?
Once I feel comfortable and safe with it, it's done.
What would make you feel comfortable and safe? What would the situation or the circumstances have to be for you to feel comfortable and safe?
None. I have to make my mind up to do it.
So
That's the time I don't want to do it.
So I'm sure
I do not want to do it.
It's not the big.
So let me ask you a question. Have you ever had chicken pox?
No. I've never been a sickly child or anything like that.
So you never got chicken pox, huh?
Never. Nope.
We should probably be quiet on that front then. Have you ever do you get the flu vaccine now that you have this compromised health challenge?
I've gotten the flu vaccine sometimes. Yeah.
So you got the flu vaccine?
Sometimes, yeah.
Did you have the measles?
Nope. You want my medical records?
That ginger juice got you to talking with a little sass.
I think there's something else. I keep telling you, I think there's more in it.
Nah.
Wow. I mean, I just asked because I asked that about the chickenpox thing because my doctor and I, same doctor, we had some words about me getting the shingle shot. And I told her, absolutely not. And she's like, yeah, but you got to get it. You got to get it. And I had to make her do a titer. I was like, I have never had the chickenpox. So the titer came back. What I already knew was going to come back as that I never had it. So she's like, oh, you probably shouldn't get the chickenpox. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get the shingles vaccine. Like, why would I do that?
Why would we do it? Right.
And I am leery about the whole program. I mean, my last tetanus shot, I got sick. So I was like, I'm done with that. I guess I'll just have lockjaw. So, I get it.
I guess I'll just have lockjaw.
I mean, so like, what do you want me to do?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I get it, right? Because there are some things that I'm just not going to do. But having had that experience of having COVID, it changed my mind. And I was like, yep, let's do it.
I guess for me, like I said, I respect everyone's opinion, everyone's mind about all that stuff. There's a ton of death going around, ton of it. But for me, I take my chances with me as far as when it goes with the vaccination and all that stuff. I'll take my chances with me. In my opinion, that's my opinion. Me personally, my personal opinion on that. I'll take my chances with me as far as making sure I'm healthy, making sure I'm taking all the proper steps to stay healthy and stay out of the way. Because I'm still in a fragile state as far as my condition. I may not look like it, but I am.
You don't act like it either. No, I'm just I had to break up them.
Honey,
I had to break up.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
So,
is Brother Al still on here? Has he been vaccinated? I wonder what his opinion is on being with, being in a relationship or in his case, marriage, whether, if you're unequally vaxxed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm curious to know.
And Mark didn't tell, but Mark didn't tell us, says he's single tonight.
Mark will never provide the CIA with any information. Okay, let's be clear about that.
He ain't gonna let us know what he got.
No.
Well, are you single tonight? What's going on there, Mr. Marine?
No, it's a new year. That's what we need to have a show on. We should have the dating game and pair Mark up with 3 potential matches. She said,
I know one already that we're gonna put on that panel.
That's gonna be all right.
We just need to find 2 more.
Ooh.
All right. Wow, time has flown. It's already 8:56.
It's 8:56
or 7:56 where you are, Mr. Epic.
Yep.
Well, this was an interesting. It did get kind of a little bit. It got a little bit of flame to it, a little bit. But I mean, it's very relevant right now with everything that we're going through. Glad we were able to.
Yes, I mean, I still see a ton of folks online though that I mean, I don't understand how they do it, gathering all these large crowds and clubs
the
and
concert. Somebody offered me tickets to the Falcons Saints game today, and I was like, Yeah, no, I mean, I know you got to have your Vax card to enter, but I was just like, yeah, no.
But I was looking at tailgating videos. I'm like, don't let them folk have masks on.
Yeah, no one. No
like,
one.
And I think, another thing that I think that a lot of folks are thinking about, they get the shot, they're totally protected.
Oh, yeah.
They don't understand that that's not how vaccines work. I don't think that people understand that.
My sister is vaccinated. She got COVID the week of Christmas.
And that largely becomes from, like, when we're out in these stores, like I told you all last week, I want to go like stand on the aisle and go, darn, I got COVID again. But then I don't want to jinx myself. Because it's just like, seriously, you all are in the store, like, and it's just interesting. Like, even yesterday I was in Publix and this lady was coming down with her no mask, and she's rolling. There's another lady with her mask, and we both literally turned our backs to her as she passed down the aisle. It was hilarious. I was like, yeah, we're not playing with y'all. Y'all, I just don't know that people are taking the necessary precautions that have been recommended seriously enough. And so that piece outside of family is just challenging enough for me as it is.
So let me ask you guys something. So do you guys actually require, if you're having visitors, what precautions are you guys taking?
I will tell you this. So my exposure came from attending a family event. So that following Christmas, we asked everyone to go get tested before they came over, and everybody had on a mask. Now, this past Christmas, same group, we were a little less cautious. Turned out okay, but I look back hindsight at that wedding, that someone had a wedding in San Francisco. Everyone was vaccinated, everyone had their card, but they still got COVID, and one person died. So I was just like, wow, you just don't know. You just don't know.
Exactly. It's at this point, man, everyone's playing Russian roulette.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone is going to get it. I have someone that works in healthcare, and what she said that their lead immunologist is saying is that despite the fact that we're hearing all of these numbers that people are getting COVID, the interesting thing about it is that we're going in the right direction, and they're not losing as many people.
Right.
They were when we initially started. So they're like, maybe it's going in the right direction. But like, what does this look like going forward? Like, 60 Minutes had on tonight, they were talking about how people just want, it exposed the need for us to be flexible. People want flexible jobs. And so, like, how does it change the dynamic of going forward? Like, to me, like, now I think that anytime you have a cold, you should probably not come into the office.
Exactly.
Like, stay at home. You can work at home. And
it goes down to personal responsibility, man. It goes down, it boils down to responsibility. And what have you. Like, my brother came over earlier, and he and I were talking about the mayor of New Orleans. She announced that they're going to have Mardi Gras.
Wow.
I heard that.
And I'm like, this lady is all right. She crazy. Then she's doing second lining as she not announced this. She's second lining all this foolishness. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's irresponsible, man.
Yes, especially for her to be the city leader.
Because we know people that went down from Mardi Gras in 2020 and came back sick.
I was in the hospital at that time. Last year, I was in the hospital. And I was like, I'm not trying to see nobody. I want no visitors. No visitors. And it was a super spread during that time. That's crazy, man.
And I just think people just need to be, take necessary precautions. I mean, and I hope that people are kinder. The airline industry, for example, like, why you can't get your bags fast enough? Because half of the below wing, the ramp people, they got COVID. The call centers got COVID. The pilots, the flight attendants got COVID. Hotels, restaurants. We got restaurants around here that are closing, like just closed 5 o'clock. They're like,
this is for the life of me that I never understand this. When folks are boarding these planes and taking these cruises, before you get on the plane, before you get on the boat, 6 feet in distance. You going straight to this compact compartment. How idiotic is that?
And a metal tube flying.
Right, girl. You remember that though? When people used to be at the airport, be like, "I'm claustrophobic. Can I get an aisle seat?" I was like, "You claustrophobic, but you getting in a metal tube that you can't get out
for 30,000. That's going to be flying at 30,000 feet. Like what?
Okay, yeah, okay. No, I ain't got no aisle seat for you.
I mean, if you panic, like you mean you got a parachute? You gonna hop off, or what are you gonna do?
That used to crack me up all the time. People talk about, I'm claustrophobic. What are you doing on the plane?
People don't realize the decisions they be making. Like, really though, for real.
Yeah.
Like, do you realize that you just was less than 5 minutes ago 6 feet away from me?
Mm-hmm. Now you're in the middle seat. Now you're in the middle seat in 31B.
Exactly. Exactly, man. It's just
we had a couple of comments before. So Mark, I guess Mark was trying to tell us that since we started late, can we give the viewers or fans their money's worth time wise? I guess that had to do.
You know what? You are so sweet. Look at that. I tell you.
What? I know.
Find you 3 girls from the NOLA to hang out with you.
Huh? What? Who?
One ought not to. What?
Wait,
one.
Where we at?
One night per room, ladies. Hold up. The show started late. Oh, okay. That was the same question.
Oh.
What's the next comment? What did he say? Oh, Charlie. I saw your sister in on your post. Are you trying to keep your family away from the show? No, they know what time it is.
Yes, they very well do know. They know me. What do I need to keep them away from this show for?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So
with that is what. So Mark. So what? Oh, okay. We got to give it 10 more minutes then. Well, 9:15.
What do I think about Mark? What do I think about Mark?
Don't be like that.
You just be ready for that dating show, Mr. Marine.
I know. Ooh, Valentine's is a good time.
Oh my God! Yes, you're.
Ooh,
so
wait
right.
a minute. I gotta look now.
Have you ever thought that this man?
Valentine's Day is on a Monday.
Have you ever given any thought that this brother may not want to be hooked up?
Yes, he do.
Yeah, he does.
I don't think
we will do him right. We will
I
give him.
think you do.
It's just one time, and it's on you anyway.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Conversation with Trent will pay to send you on a dinner date with the contest winner.
Oh, you write my checks now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just put it out there.
Okay.
There you go, Mark. There you go, sir. There you go. You heard it from
you all make sure you pick up one of those nice hoodies so that we can fund your date.
Y'all a mess.
Oh, you don't even have to buy dessert. I'll just send you some cookies.
Yeah, we're creating a nice funnel. Let me break it down. 1 mask per room, up in here.
What?
Just one? Wow, that's what you're doing? Oh, so now we should really send Mark the picture.
Oh, God.
There can be 2 masks.
That's funny.
I don't know where you found that.
The power of Google.
Yes. All right. So what's the week looking like? Well, we're coming back Wednesday, right?
Yeah. Actually, Mark shot me a text. I'm going to read it online because it was quite interesting for a topic that I think that could actually jump the line on the topics we already have.
Okay. What is it? What you got?
Let's see. Quite interesting.
He said, I got $5 to start the CD mask. What with the holes in them? Hashtag I got 5 on it.
Okay, this is Mark's text from the couple of days ago with a possible show topic for us. Mm-hmm. He said, just came up with a possible show topic. Why do some people feel, even in a relationship or marriage, that they need to see what their market value is?
Okay.
Crickets.
I guess I mean I think I need you to elaborate a little more. I'm not fully.
Pretty much, he's saying if you're in a relationship or you're in a marriage, why are you even talking about a market value? You guys know what he's talking about, right?
No,
I do, but who's out here saying that? Like, where are you hanging out? Because
Mark, well, you have to.
Wait, no. Explain to me, what's the market value? What does that mean?
Almost like
it's like when you look for a job, right?
Yeah, but I mean, come on. But you already have a job. Oh, wait, Keisa, what did you just say?
When you are seeking a job, you do want to understand what your market value is, so that when you go to the table and negotiate your terms, then you can say X.
So why would
I do that in a relationship?
Why are you negotiating anything if you're in a marriage or a relationship?
Yeah, that's
my point.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see some examples of who these people are that do that. I'm
because that's what I was like. What?
Yeah, because I'm interested in that. I want to know who's actually doing that.
So
yeah, but do we have a person that we know? Because it's clearly not the three of us,
right? But do we?
Maybe I can call Ursula, because Ursula be on some crazy shit lately. But I could ask her. Because I mean,
if you out Ursula like that,
he did.
No, not like that. But I'm just. I mean, no, she's
on the World Wide Web.
She's a good friend. Ursula's a good friend. She's a very good friend. So she knows.
But you just outed her like.
Nah, I mean, it's like how did you on serial dating? I mean, come on.
I mean, that's different, but yeah,
okay. It wasn't in bad. It wasn't in bad. I didn't do it.
I don't know. We'll ask her when she sees it.
I call and ask her. But my whole point is, and I can see some of what Mark's talking about, but I don't know anyone who's actually like that. It'd be very interesting to know why, if you're in a marriage or if you're in a relationship.
So is it cheating?
Hell yeah, that's cheating.
But I'm saying, so we're basically talking about cheating. We're using all these other words to go around it, but basically to branching out to cheat.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. But why are you even thinking about a market value, your self-worth, while you're in a relationship? Oh, I deserve more. Not more, but.
So I guess, is it kind of like the reasons people step out or something? Like people, I don't know. I guess I'm still a little confused on the whole topic. Based on the what he texted you.
What he said, yeah, he said, and I'll read it again. He says, "Why do?"
I mean, I get that, but I'm just confused on the whole, because it's all, to me, it's all about, okay, so if somebody's seeking to find out, basically, you're looking to see if the grass is greener on the other side somewhere, possibly, is how I'm interpreting it.
Right. That's the same.
Why are you doing that? Which means there's an issue to me within the relationship that you feel you need to see
if you still got it.
If you still got it.
And once again, it goes back to the communication that we're always talking about.
What happens if you communicate and the person isn't listening?
Right, because he gets asked to take a vaccine and he says no, so he's not listening. That's not communication.
Keisa, you are so crazy.
You crazy, Keisa. You know what?
What?
I'm gonna get you.
I know.
So Mark said the very vague term market value, like on the menu, which is always unknown. People that have to test if they still got it, if I still got it. Okay. So they're not necessarily looking to leave the relationship. I'm assuming, Mark, they're just trying to flirt, so to speak, to see if they could get something if they wanted to.
That could be a dangerous combination. That could be very dangerous.
Yeah, I guess I'm just really trying to see how to, I don't know. I got to think about that. But what are some other, do you have the listing with you, Keisa?
Yeah.
Well, what do we have? What else do we have? Potentially.
False positives, fake hair, fake nails, etc. About that DNA. Overplaying your role.
I like that one.
Social reality. Social media has given us an outlet to camouflage our fears and inner issues.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Quite interesting. I wonder who wrote that.
That's a good one. Okay. All right.
I love it.
All right. I think with Mark's, I need to kind of marinate on it a little bit.
Yeah, Mark, you might have to give us some more kind of direction of where you're going.
Yeah.
Because I do want people to contribute to what we talk about. So it's always good. Just want to see your angle and
let's have some fun on Wednesday. Let's do the fake hair, fake nail thing.
Yeah. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What happens when you pull it?
Actually, that time I had that weave a couple of months ago, that stuff was in there. You wasn't pulling that out. That was staying in there. That girl had my hair laid.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be interesting one.
But anyway, okay. So what was it? False positives?
Yeah.
He said, let's not forget attention and likes are the new currency. Ooh, social media is the new market for testing.
Exactly.
There we go, Mark. Thirst traps by folks in relationships and marriages. Okay.
Let's go with that one.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that helps. I still need to marinate it and see where it's gonna go.
There's a lot of thirst traps out here.
What did he say? Likes and follows are the newest what? Oh, are the
currency. Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
And hey, you know what's so funny about the thirst trap? Women do it more than men.
You think so?
Hell yeah. I see a lot of thirst traps out there. I'll be like, brother, don't do it. Don't you do it. I'm looking at. I'm watching it go down. Don't do it. Do not do that, man. That's a thirst trap.
And guess what? We tell our girls too. Don't do it.
That's a thirst trap. Don't do it. That's a thirst trap.
You're gonna regret it. Don't do it.
Very much. All right. I think we've done our due diligence, Mark, tonight with our time.
We have indeed. Well, it's been a great evening. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the bell so that you can get alerted when we post new shows or when we're live. Don't forget to go to TaylorKennedyMedia.com and go get yourself a sweatshirt so you can stay warm through these next cold months. And then if you want some cookies, where should they go? Or some nice desserts?
Go to tabsediblecreations.com.
Hey, question. What does Tabs have planned for Valentine's Day?
We're doing our Valentine's boxes. So I will be putting together gift boxes, especially customized, especially for you and your sweetheart to enjoy some tasty treats in the boudoir.
Yes, and can't wait to see those pink and red sweatshirts for Valentine's Day.
That would have been nice if we had a sweatshirt, Keisa. I'm just saying.
Again, still haven't gotten a size from Keisa.
Okay, all right, I'll send it.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Your mouth is too flip. I told you.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Your mouth too flip. I'm teaching you.
Hilarious.
All right, he says we can't make mention of face beating, BBLs, and XXL lashes, AKs.
Why not? I want to talk about snuffleupagus. We can talk about that because I hate
face beating. That's right.
Oh, maybe I should come with my face beat.
Yes, we should do that. Oh, we can come down there and have Carson hook us.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, and I'm gonna bring some spider eyes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yes.
All right. Well, it's been a great show. It's time for me to go.
Have a great night.
Have a great night. Enjoy your week. We'll see everybody on Wednesday.
Ciao. You guys be epic.
Conversations with Trent in conjunction with Taylor Kennedy Media and your radio network would like to thank you for calling in and listening to tonight's episode. We hope that tonight's conversation offended you just enough to turn your mirror inward to come back for more. So until next week's conversation, be epic.